After 10 days of sweating and worrying and struggling and maybe also shedding the occasional tear, yes, we are back once again, and wow, look at that in the garden right now. You can see the daffodils are out. They are looking rather nice today. I have to say the daffodils are all out. And yes, there is a special reason why I am so excited about it. All of that coming up a little bit later on. Yes, this is English Addict, coming to you live from the birthplace of English, which just happens to be, oh my goodness, it's England. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? Are you feeling happy today? I really hope you are feeling good. I'm excited for many reasons. I don't have enough time to tell you all the reasons why I'm happy, so I will just give you the top two. At number 2, my computer works. This is the computer that I built myself, and I know I keep mentioning it, but from my own personal point of view, I feel that it is quite an achievement. I feel quite proud of myself. Although there were some problems that I had to sort out, and I think I have. So this is it. Today is the big test, because now the computer is connected to my studio with all of the equipment plugged into it. It's all connected up right now. So I hope it works all right. If you can hear me, please let me know. If you can't hear me, please let me know as well. It is a super day. Number 1. The number 1 reason why I am happy, well, I think you know why I'm feeling happy today. If you were looking at the thumbnail for this live stream, you will know that something has happened. Yes, during the night we had to do something. We had to put our clocks forward by 1 hour. So now the clocks have gone forward. In the UK, as you can see, the clocks have gone forward by 1 hour. So for those who are wondering why I am not at the usual time, it is because we've changed the clocks. The clocks have altered. Of course, as springtime arrives, we also change the clocks. It also means that we get a little bit more sunlight as well during the day, which is rather nice. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's official. It's springtime, baby. Everything is coming up daffodils because spring is here, and it feels good. I'm not going to lie to you, because I don't do that, you see. I don't lie to you. I always like to be honest whenever I can. I like to share my moments, my feelings, be they good or bad. Today, I feel pretty good because spring is here. It is no longer imagined. It is no longer something that is being anticipated. Oh, I like that word. If you anticipate something, it means you wait for it to happen. Sometimes a thing that we can't wait for, you anticipate that thing. You are waiting for it. You are preparing yourself for that moment. Of course, the word anticipate can refer to something that might be happening in the future that is good or bad. So you can anticipate a bad thing happening. We don't have to anticipate spring because it is here. It is now here 100%. And I can't begin to tell you how good it feels to have spring here once again. I feel really good about it. I don't know about you, but I feel pretty good. In fact, I feel as if there is a poem coming on. What is it about the season of spring that makes me want to dance and sing? Is it the colour bursting out with glee, or the first buzz-buzz of the bumblebee? The daffodils waving their colours as they sway. What a joy to be out on a springtime day. The nights become shorter and the days grow long. The birds begin calling their mating song. Spring is to me a time to give birth, a time to replenish the air and the earth. So take in a deep breath, and I'm sure you'll agree that spring is a glorious season to see. And there it was, a little poem all about springtime. It is English Addict. It is Sunday. My name is Mr. Duncan. What is your name? I wonder what your name is. I don't know what your name is. I can't see you, you see, so you will have to identify yourself by saying, "Hello, Mr. Duncan, my name is," and then tell me your name. Here we are then. We have a lot of things to talk about today. We have lots of photographs to show you. We have some subjects as well. And shall I tell you now or shall I save it for later? I will save it for later. We have a surprise. Something has returned. Something has come back. After many requests, it is back today. That's all I'm saying for now. I won't ruin the surprise. I don't want to spoil it. But one thing in particular that we used to do quite often on the live stream is returning today. Oh, I wonder what that could be. Hello to the live chat. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. The live chat is here. Who was first on today's live chat? Let's have a look, shall we? Oh my goodness. Very interesting. A very interesting state of affairs. A very interesting situation taking place because we have Valentin in first place. Congratulations, Valentin. Guess what? You are first on today's live stream. "15 minutes and everything is still working." Can I just say, if I seem a little apprehensive at times, if I seem a little concerned, or worried. The reason is this is the first time that I've used my new computer, the computer that I built myself with my own beautiful, delicate hands. The first time I've used it with my main studio, so we will see if it works and for how long it works for. So if I suddenly disappear, if I suddenly vanish, you will know why. It's because everything has stopped working and there are probably lots of sparks and smoke around me as my studio catches fire. Here we go then. Yes, what else is coming up today? If we have time, there is an interesting subject I want to talk about. Vanity. I love that word, vanity. When we talk about vanity, it is the care and attention that a person takes or undertakes to take care of their appearance, their image, if you will. So that might be something we will talk about later on. I am going also today, I'm going to give Mr. Steve a chance to complain about something. And I know that he wants to complain about it. So I am giving Mr. Steve a chance today to complain about one thing and one thing only. It might be a new feature that we're going to start every Sunday. We might have Mr. Steve's moan every Sunday. So that is another thing we are doing today. Congratulations also, Vitas, Zenek is here as well, Beatriz, Marinuts, also Wafe, Inaki, Zudzika. We also have Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis. Thank you very much for joining me today as well. Oh, by the way, while I remember, I have a photograph here from Luis. Here we go, Luis. This is the photograph that you sent. Oh, isn't that lovely? And there you can see a definite sign that spring has arrived. Some beautiful cherry blossom on the trees, looking very nice. Thank you very much, Lewis, for your photograph. And don't forget, I like receiving your pictures, and you are more than welcome to send them in. No problem. If you want to send a photograph, feel free. It's not a problem. You can, because I love it. I love hearing from you. I love receiving your photographs. I love catching up with all of your gossip, all of the things that are going on in your life. Maybe something you want to share with me, maybe some good news, or maybe something not so good. You are welcome to write to me. You can send me a message whenever you want. It's not a problem. If you want, I will put the email address on the screen right now. So here it is. If you want to get in touch, you can. So there is my email address on the screen right now. You can stay in touch through email, Mr. Duncan at ymail.com. That is my email address. If you want to send something, if you want to say thank you, Mr. Duncan, if you want to send a photograph of yourself, because sometimes it is nice to see who I'm talking to. Because sometimes I don't know who I'm talking to. Sometimes I'm just talking to silhouettes, shadows, people hiding in the darkness. I don't know who you are, you see. So if you want to, you can share that with me. Hello, Sandra. Sandra Gonzalez is here today. Oh, we also have Pedro Belmont is free and walking around. That's good. I'm always glad to hear that. I'm always glad to hear when Pedro is free. That's all I'm saying. Hello also. Oh, hello. Can I say hello to Claudia? Hello, Claudia. Nice to see you here as well. Lots and lots of regular viewers, people who come here and watch every single week. Thank you very much as well to you. By the way, this month, Or should I say next month? Because April is just around the corner. So I know it's still March. Before anyone tells me, April is coming. It's around the corner. It's very close. It's near. It's almost a whisper away. Like that. I'm going to the dentist in April. The reason why I'm mentioning that is because Claudia is a dentist. Hello to Edith. Hello, Edith. Nice to see you here as well. If I haven't said hello, if I didn't say hello to you, please don't complain. But you are in my thoughts right now, even if I haven't said hello. What I do like to do, maybe you don't realise this, I do like to watch the live stream later. And the reason why I do that is because I want to read the live chat. So quite often I will miss lots of things on the live chat. I will miss them. I don't see them or I don't notice them. So later on I always like to go through the live chat again with the replay so I can see whose messages I missed. That's the reason why I do that. Hello to everybody. Who else is here? Karan Preet. Hello, Karan Preet. Watching in Punjab, in India. Hello to you. I hope you can see and hear me loud and clear with my new computer. I did have a problem with it last week. And the problem was it was very noisy. It was making a lot of noise. And it was annoying me a lot. So I've managed to cure the noise. And you might even notice it's much quieter in the studio now. So the computer I have now is much quieter than the one I had before. So all you will be able to hear today is me talking. There will be no other sounds in the room. Nothing else. Isn't that lovely? Hello, Marcia. Nice to see you here as well. We also have... Who else is here today? I'm going to say hello to someone I've never said hello to before. Hello, Angela. Angela van der Zanden. Well, I think I've said hello to you before, but welcome back. Welcome back. And I'm glad to hear that you have recovered from the dreaded coronavirus. I'm very pleased to hear that you are feeling much better. That is always good news. As I mentioned, I have some photographs to show. Quite a few, in fact. Hello, Eric. Eric Gutierrez. Hello to you, Eric. Thank you very much for your lovely photographs that you sent. Here is one, first of all. Now, this particular photograph was taken in Nicaragua, a place called Corn Island. And can I just say, it does look rather nice. Now, that's where I want to be right now, lying on the beach next to that dog. Whose dog is that? Is that your dog? Eric, is that your dog on the beach? You don't often see dogs on the beach. And there is a reason for that. Dogs quite often have a habit of doing big poops on the beach. And it isn't much fun when you are rolling around in the sand and then suddenly a big piece of dog poop sticks to your back. It is not much fun. That's all I can say. But isn't that nice? So that's Nicaragua, a place called Corn Island. Here is another photograph from Eric. Oh, yes, that's it. That's where I want to be right now. Why aren't I there? That's where I want to be, standing on that beach, looking out. Apparently there is a bar area where you can order drinks that is in the middle of the sea. So I suppose you have to swim out into the middle of the ocean to pick up your drink. Thank you, Eric, for that photograph. In fact, 2 photographs there of a very beautiful place. All I can say is My biggest wish at the moment, besides world peace, is to go away somewhere nice, just have a little break. It doesn't have to be a million miles away. It doesn't have to be on the other side of the world, but I would love to be able to go somewhere different, somewhere peaceful, maybe by the sea, like Eric in that photograph. We've also received another photograph. Oh, this is interesting. 2 more photographs, in fact, from Rungsak, who apparently likes to ride his bicycle all over the place. And here is one of the views that he took during one of his bicycle rides. And isn't that nice? So this is in Thailand, by the way. Apparently it's called, I hope I pronounced this right, Bumi Bol Park. Bumi Bol Park. Have I pronounced that correctly? I hope so. Thank you, Rungsak, and also thank you for the photograph of your bicycle. Can I just say, you have a very interesting bike. There it is. Thank you, Rungsak, for that. Isn't that unusual? That looks like one of those bikes that you can fold up and maybe put into the back of your car. So maybe if you're driving somewhere far away and you want to have a bike ride, when you get there, you can take that bicycle in the back of your car. Isn't that lovely? Thank you very much, Rungsak, for that. And I hope I pronounced the name of the park correctly. Thank you very much for your photographs. I do appreciate them. I really do. Thank you very... That's okay, Rungsak. It's no problem. It's my pleasure. I have some more photographs to show you. Oh, now this is interesting. I said hello earlier on to Sandra Gonzalez. Well, Sandra has sent me some lovely photographs. The first one is of her dog. Oh, look at that. We are on the beach once more. And there is Sandra's dog. I think his name is Simon. Is that right? Have I remembered that correctly? So there is Simon on the beach. He looks like he's having a sleep after playing with his ball. All I can say is I hope he did not leave any poops lying around on the beach. That's all I can say. I would imagine, Sandra, you are very responsible. You are a person who always makes sure that Simon never leaves any of his poops lying around. And here is another one, another picture. This is Miramar, by the way, in Argentina. And there is another one. Oh, isn't that great? Isn't that absolutely brilliant? That's it. That's the place I want to be. When I'm in bed tonight, snuggled up, holding my teddy bear very close, I'm going to be dreaming of that place, walking along the beach as the sun is starting to set. I must admit, that is the place I want to be right now. Wouldn't that be lovely? Who knows? It might come true. Maybe not this year, but perhaps next year. Who knows? Mr. Steve will be with us in a few moments. We have one more picture to show you, and this is a photograph sent in by Saeed. Hello, Saeed. Thank you very much for your photograph that you also sent in to me as well. Isn't that lovely? Look at that. And that apparently is the dining table that is set up with a tablecloth for the start of the new year. I believe, I might be wrong, but I think this might be the start of, I want to say, the Islamic New Year. If I'm wrong, please accept my apologies, but I think it is. I didn't see any details about which particular New Year it was, but thank you very much, Saeed, for that as well. I do appreciate all of your photographs, however many you want to send, you are more than welcome to do so. I will give you my email address once more later on. Mr. Steve is on his way. We have lots of things to talk about. We are talking about the Queen of England. We are talking about dogs and pets. We are talking about vanity. We are talking about lots of things today, and also we have the return of one of our most favourite features. Everything coming up right after this. It is an excerpt from one of my full English lessons, and then after this, he is here, live in the studio. It's Mr. Steve.
Hickory dickory dock, I'm holding one grey sock. In the other there are two, and both of them are blue. Hickory dickory dock. Did you enjoy my little poem? Welcome everyone to another full English video lesson coming to you from England, which happens to be the birthplace of Cadbury chocolate, Bakewell tart, Yorkshire pudding, and my favourite, Spotted Dick. And of course the English language, which is the reason we are all here today. So, take a deep breath, open a few windows, make a nice hot beverage, because today's full English lesson is going to start right now. You may have noticed that I love English. Some of my favourite English words happen to be the smallest and the most commonly used. A good example is the word off. It seems like such a simple word, yet it is often used on a daily basis in so many ways. To cancel something can be described as being off. Sorry girls, the football match is off. You can call something off. We had to call off the outdoor concert because of the rain. To have a free day away from work can be described as being off. I won't see you tomorrow as it's my off day. You are having the day off. Another use of off day is when things keep going wrong, or when your mood is not good during a certain period of time. Sorry for all the mistakes, guys. I'm having a bit of an off day. To make your way out of a place or to announce your departure, you can say that you are off. Okay guys, it's 5 o'clock. See you tomorrow. I'm off. If something that is perishable has gone past its best, then we can say that it is off. Don't drink that milk. It's off. This salmon smells awful. I think it's off. If something has been disconnected from its power source, we can say that it is off. The TV isn't broken, it's off. Talking of which, I'm off over there. It's time to do the next sequence. It's strange how some words can find themselves together in English phrases. A good example of this is the phrase love-hate. These words have opposite meanings. However, they do go together as a description of a certain type of relationship. I am talking about a love-hate relationship. In society, a love-hate relationship describes a partnership that involves both fondness and hatred. A tumultuous or turbulent relationship between two people can be described as love-hate. We had a terrible fight last night, but today we made up and are having a meal together tonight. You might feel that this relationship is based on love-hate, especially if the arguments occur often. A long-term relationship might become unstable due to a hopeless feeling of routine and familiarity. The couple might become bitter and resentful, which results in the up and down nature of the relationship. A love-hate relationship can exist in other places. If you love your job but it does not pay very well, you might have a love-hate relationship with it. You might have a love-hate relationship with your boss. There are some good days and some bad. You have mixed feelings. You have the feeling of both love and hate. What do you want and what do you need? If you want too much, can we call this greed? Do you have more than you need, or is it enough? Perhaps you have nothing. Sometimes life can be tough. There is a fine difference between the things you want and the things you need. To want is to desire. It is an urge to satisfy that desire. To need is the instinctive response to nature's call for survival. It's the need to survive. What is necessary to survive is your need. The obvious things needed for survival are food and water. They are your basic needs. Without these, you will not survive for long. Of course, want can be classified as need too. However, we often see want as a more selfish emotion. I need food. I want a nice new car to show my neighbour. Furthermore, the dilemma of what money is creates quite a paradox. We need money to buy food, but we also want money to support a comfortable and some might say wasteful lifestyle. Want is often seen as a selfish emotion. Need comes from your basic necessities. Want comes from the things that will make you feel better as a person. Need comes from the basic survival instinct to make it through the day without starving to death. Need and want might have similar definitions, but they are often seen as belonging to very different urges. What is a split infinitive? Is it painful? Will it leave a scar? Well, first of all, having a split infinitive is not an injury, although it does sound like one. In English grammar, we name a certain grammar error as a split infinitive. An infinitive in English grammar is the use of the word to with a verb. While there are no grammar rules that prohibit split infinitives, many English experts strongly disapprove of them. An example of a split infinitive is the classic, to boldly go where no man has gone before. The word boldly and go should be the other way round. It should read, to go boldly where no man has gone before. In writing, this looks more dramatic, but when spoken, the split infinitive sounds better. So while the use of a split infinitive is technically incorrect, you might only find the most pedantic English teachers picking you up on it. To pick someone up on something is to correct them by pointing out their mistake.
There it was. I hope you enjoyed that. And that was one of my full English lessons. Many of my full English lessons, in fact, lots and lots of my lessons can be found right here on my YouTube channel.
Hello. Hello, Mr. Duncan. Hello, wonderful viewers from across the globe.
He's back.
Was I ever away?
Well, it did feel like it.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, those weeks seem very long when we're not on. Apparently, we do get missed. Did you know that? A lot of people miss us during the week, especially you. I sometimes think that maybe you have more fans than me.
I very much doubt that, Mr. Duncan. Enemies, maybe, but certainly not fans.
Nice to see you back. We have a busy one today. We have lots of things to talk about. We are giving you something today, Steve. We don't often give you things.
Chocolate?
But today we are giving you something. We're giving you the chance to have a moan.
Don't get me started, Mr. Duncan, because you know the whole 2 hours could be taken up with me just moaning, because I'm very good at it.
This is one particular thing, though. So I'm going to show you a picture later on, and I know it's going to get a reaction. You will react to it.
I spend most of my week talking to fellow colleagues, moaning about various aspects of the job.
If there is one thing Steve is good at, if there's one thing Steve is really good at, he excels at.
I'm very good at finding all the negative things in life and constantly talking about them.
Moaning. Mr.
I love it.
Mr.
I love
Steve, Mr. Steve is good at moaning. Nice to see you here. You weren't here yesterday. Mr. Steve was away yesterday. He went to see his mother. And of course, that connects quite well with today, because today is Mother's Day.
It is.
It's Mothering Sunday. So hello to all the mothers out there. You went to see your mummy yesterday.
I went yesterday because obviously I'm dedicated to this live stream and I had to give that up to be with Mr. Duncan and you today.
So can you see the sacrifices, the sacrifices we're making to be here with you?
To be perfectly honest, my sister is taking my mother out today and they're going in the evening for a meal, which, because my mother lives quite a long way away, isn't really feasible. Otherwise, I'd have a very late night. So I went yesterday, spent a lovely day with my mother, and we went out for a meal. But yes, I gave her some flowers, and I hope she's opened her presents, which is chocolate.
Oh.
Flowers and chocolate. You can't go wrong on Mother's Day with flowers and chocolates.
I wish I was a mother.
Well,
maybe one day.
But you would just want the chocolates and not the flowers.
Well, no, I don't want the flowers. Just give me lots of chocolate. See, if you could give me chocolate flowers.
Chocolate flowers, exactly. Do you want to comment on my T-shirt that I'm wearing?
Yes, I was just noticing this. Well, first of all, it's Mother's Day, so let us get that one out of the way first of all. Mother's Day, Mothering Sunday. Now, I know in different parts of the world, Mother's Day is actually on a different day. But hello to mothers everywhere, wherever you are watching in the world. Mothering Sunday. It's also the first day of spring, officially. And I couldn't resist today because, well, we often think of lots of different things, don't we? When we think of springtime, we think of lots of different things, don't we?
In spring, we do indeed, yes. The onset of Easter, which means Easter eggs. By the way, we didn't finish talking about my T-shirt.
No, we're going to in a minute.
Oh, right,
it's
okay.
Right. We've got plenty of time, Steve.
I'll give you a clue. It's a particular type of bird.
Well, show us the T-shirt first, and then we can comment on it afterwards. So just raise yourself up slightly.
Somebody gave me this T-shirt. They went on holiday to this particular country.
Okay, just show us the T-shirt.
Well, I'm just working up to it, Mr. Duncan.
We're going to talk about the T-shirt later.
Well, all right then. Do you want me to reveal it now or not?
Yes, just show it quickly
as
a taster.
There we go.
There it is.
Yes. I'm on tippy toes or tiptoes.
Right.
So, a friend of mine visited Peru, well, other countries in South America, one of them being Peru, and brought me back this lovely T-shirt. That was about 3 years ago. It's the first time I've worn it, and it's very nice.
So when we think about springtime, Steve...
Are we still talking about my T-shirt?
No, in a moment we will talk about your T-shirt. Oh, my goodness.
Well, why did you... Anyway, right.
Well, it's just a teaser.
A teaser. Well, I think it's over now.
You know when you start watching a TV show and they show you something, but it's not the whole episode, and then it goes into the titles. That's the teaser. So that's a teaser, you see. We're teasing. We're saying, stick around.
Well, I don't think it's that interesting, but never mind.
Okay, then. Well, we won't talk about it then. Let's not talk about it. Springtime is here. What is the one thing we often think about during springtime? Well,
Renewal. Flowers starting to pop up in the garden.
what about animals?
Animals coming out of hibernation.
Yes?
Maybe a hedgehog.
Yes?
Maybe a rabbit. Well, they don't really hibernate, rabbits,
No.
do they? But you don't see them very much. But yes, animals, birds,
So when you
sort
say
of starting to mate, building nests.
rabbit,
Yes.
you mean this sort of rabbit here?
That rabbit's got a very familiar face.
Was that the rabbit? Did you miss it?
Go on then, let's see it again.
Apparently everyone missed it.
That looks suspiciously like somebody with you on the live stream today.
Yes, it is true.
Very funny, Mr. Duncan. Are you saying that I'm like a rabbit? And what are the characteristics of a rabbit,
Well,
Mr. Duncan?
that's not really an insult, unless of course you have big teeth.
I used to have big teeth at the front, actually. They used to call me a rabbit at school.
Did they?
As I had two
What?
front teeth that sort of
They used to
stuck
say-
out.
They used to just say, "Hello, rabbit."
Well, they used to say I've got teeth like a rabbit.
Oh, I see.
Because my two front teeth were sort of bucked, I think is the word. They used to stick out because I had too many teeth in my small little petite jaw. All the teeth wouldn't fit in, so I had to have 4 teeth removed
Yes.
and then a brace fitted.
Okay.
So a metal wire that pulls your teeth back, and of course Belarusia, isn't it?
Yes, Claudia.
Claudia will know all about that. So that's what they used to do. I don't know if they still do that. Belarusia, who, by the way, Claudia.
Claudia.
Well, I don't know what to, because it says Belarusia on
Yes, but
here. By the way, it's cooking meat and potatoes today, and it's
Okay.
in the oven. So it sounds delicious. So yes, so if you've got sort of front teeth that stick out, do you still remove teeth and then use a brace to pull them back into line?
well, people they still have braces.
Yeah.
Yes. You see, every teenager, if you ever go on YouTube and look at anyone who is under the age of 25, they all have braces, or as they call them I think in American English, they call them retainers. Retainers. So they hold back the teeth and then they gradually pull them into the right place. So yes, I think people still have braces on their teeth. I think so.
Yes, I think I had it for several months. And of course, it's made me into the goddess or god that I am today.
Okay. Fair enough.
If I got buck teeth, nobody would be watching, you see. Nobody
There
would
is.
be tuning in
There is no answer
to watch every week.
to that. So I was in the garden yesterday. I couldn't resist, Steve, wandering around the garden and some of the sights at the moment. We have some wonderful sights all around us, in fact. And I have to be honest with you, I couldn't resist showing some of the beautiful flowers in the garden, because we have quite a few coming out at the moment. Lots of beautiful flowers, lots of yellow, some green, everything looking rather nice. I couldn't resist showing you that video that I filmed yesterday in the garden. Some beautiful shots of the flowers in bloom. Very nice. Yes, he's still with us. Mr. Steve is still here. He's decided to stay a little bit longer.
Victoria says that we must have green fingers. Well, for those flowers to look so beautiful. Well, the thing with spring flowers is you don't have to do very much because they just come up because they're bulbs, particularly those daffodils. So you don't have to do anything. You just, in fact, the previous owners put those in.
Yes.
And they just come up every spring. And you don't really have to make any effort at all.
Yes. And they last for years and years and years. And every year you get lovely daffodils coming up in the garden.
You do. It's also the Queen's birthday today.
It is. We were going to mention that. And I suppose now would be a good time to mention it. The Queen is... How old is she today? She is 95. The Queen of England is 95. Can you believe it?
She's 4 years older than my mother.
So your mother is catching up.
Catching up, or the Queen is getting further away.
Your mother is 91. 92 in December?
Yes.
Wow, isn't that amazing?
I know.
And the Queen of England, in fact, we might be talking about two queens because, of course, your mother to you is the Queen of you,
Of course.
I suppose.
Very special person.
The Queen is 95, and of course, she is getting on a little bit. Let's not beat around the bush. The Queen of England is a little older now than she was 80 years ago, but she's still keeping mobile. Now, at this age, you would often find people, this is something I'm looking forward to. I will be honest with you. I can't wait to have my own little mobility scooter that I can ride around on. I can't wait. And I suppose this is the sort of thing I'm talking about. So when we think about mobility scooters, it's that sort of thing. I want one of these. I can't wait. So when I'm 60, I've decided when I'm 60, I'm going to get one of these and I'm going to go around the local town everywhere to do my shopping in this mobility scooter. I'm going to have one of these, Mr. Steve.
Maybe wait till you're 80.
I can't
60
wait.
sounds a bit young, Mr. Duncan.
I want one now.
Why don't you just get yourself an electric bike
Yeah.
instead?
It's the only vehicle that you can ride on the pavement with. You can actually ride along the footpath or the sidewalk in one of these. And so you can get everyone to jump out the way. And it even has a little horn as well. Beep, 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 beep. Anyway, the Queen of England, apparently, the Queen of England is getting one of these.
Really?
Yes, I'm not joking. It's all over the news this morning. I read the news this morning. But there is a big but. She's not getting one of these.
Oh, she won't be getting one of those.
She won't be getting one of these. I think this is one of the cheapest ones you can buy. I think it's about £1,000 for one of these. But the Queen, of course, being the richest woman on the planet, this is the mobility scooter that the Queen is buying. Would you like to see it?
Is this true?
It is true. It is.
It's a car.
It's a car. It's basically a car with no doors.
Well,
So
why does she need a mobility scooter? Why can't she just get in a car and people drive her around all the time? She's not going to actually drive that, surely.
£65,000 that mobility scooter is.
You could get a Ford Fiesta for a third of that.
That's what the Queen will be riding around in.
Quarter of that.
As she's going around the town buying her bread and cheese from the local Marks and Spencers.
I'm surprised it's not gold plated. Is it encrusted with diamonds? It looks like it's been specially made because it looks very tall.
Yes.
I don't understand.
What it actually is a golf cart.
Is this for the Queen to not use it in public, perhaps, but for riding around Windsor Castle
Yes,
in.
one of her big castles.
Yes.
I think so. So when she's outside going around the grounds and she wants to go and see the horses or she wants to go and shoot some birds, she could just sit in there with her gun and just shoot the birds and then drive over and pick their little dead bodies up.
Well, we'll have to wait and see whether that mobility, well, I wouldn't call it a scooter.
No.
As you say, it looks like a posh golf cart.
Yes, I think that's what it is. But it is more expensive than most people's cars.
It's sort of in a royal blue colour.
Yes, I like that. I'm not sure if that's the final model, so it might vary. But I like the upholstery as well. So that looks like very posh leather upholstery.
Louis XVII says, "Is it a Bentley?"
Yes, it does look like a Bentley.
It's a new range from Bentley.
Yeah. So it's not one of these.
It's not one of those.
No, it's one of these.
It's one of those. So it's covered up. Yeah, we'll call it a Bentley. I like that.
Yes.
Louis XVII. Thank you very much indeed for that humorous comment.
So if you've ever wondered what the richest woman in the world would drive around in during her old age, there it is. Now you know.
It certainly won't be powered by a 12 or 8 cylinder petrol engine, which
No.
is what you usually find in a Bentley.
I think it's electric.
It's probably electric, yes.
I think it is electric.
Well, it's very interesting, but well, maybe she'll pass it down to Charles, because by the time Charles looks like he needs one.
Well, I think they probably have one each.
But who's riding in there with the Queen? There's 4 seats in
Well,
there.
of course she will have a driver, Steve. She will have someone chauffeuring her around in her mobility scooter. I like that, you see. So this is not the one I'm going to get. Unfortunately, I will only be able to have one of these. Unfortunately, but I'm still looking forward to doing it. I can't wait to ride around Much Wenlock, getting everyone to run out the way.
We see a lot of those in Much Wenlock. Saturino says that when she's 60, she wants a Ferrari Testarossa from the 1980s.
Oh.
That was the sort of archetypal brash show-off car, wasn't it, in the 1980s? A Ferrari Testarossa. It was very, very... It was a big sign of opulence, of being rich. It was a deliberate attempt by Ferrari to create a car to make the most of the opulent 80s, because the 80s was a period of time when wealth, if you were wealthy, you had to show it as much as you possibly could. I think that was a bit encouraged by Margaret Thatcher, wasn't it?
Well, I think it still happens
at the
now.
time, but that's certainly when it really started.
I think it happens more now than ever.
You've got to show your wealth off, and there was nothing that showed your wealth off more in the 1980s than a Ferrari Testarossa.
Wow.
Had those big sort of slats down the side. Featured in many programmes at the time. In red, of course, definitely. By the way, Angela's back. Had a very bad bout of coronavirus, apparently.
Yes.
So, hope you're feeling better.
Yes.
And there's a lot of it about. In fact, last week I was starting to hopefully go out to see more of my customers. And I made lots of appointments last week, and 5 of them were cancelled because the customers said, well, we can't see you because I'm so busy, because they got lots of staff that were off work with coronavirus. So there is a lot of it about at the moment.
Still.
Thankfully, it's not leading to too many serious hospitalisations.
No.
But people are still being sick with it.
I suppose the thing we can all take away from this is the cases are still high. However, the death rate is slowly subsiding. I think it actually has. So there are fewer people going into hospital.
Certainly in the UK.
So that's good. So here, things are slowly evening out. But we have been told, we were told a couple of weeks ago that now we have to live with it. It's just the way things are going to be. So just like every year when we have flu, So there is always a season when people have flu or certain illnesses during certain seasons. So we just have to live with it. That's what we've been literally told.
And we have Casere, who has come back after watching you for a long period of time. So
Yes.
welcome back to you again. We've got the sentence game, haven't we, Mr. Duncan? I wonder if
okay. I haven't actually revealed that yet.
haven't you? I thought you had, because it
No.
was on there. People have mentioned it on here.
Yes, I didn't say that the...
Oh, right. Okay. I assumed that you had.
Good night,
you see.
everyone.
I assumed that you had because people were making comments that Tomek would be pleased. So it's not. Forget what I just said. Can you erase that section, Mr. Duncan? And can we start again?
I said earlier that something was coming back that a lot of people have missed, and that was it.
Oh well, that's it. I've just let the cat out of the bag. Sorry,
Yes.
Mr. Duncan.
Well,
If you let the cat out of the bag, it means you let the secret out
yeah.
before it should have been let out. Well, the number of viewers may plummet.
Is there anything else you'd like to reveal that no one knows? Oh, look at this. Oh, this is a live view outside. Let's have a distraction. There it is. So that is outside right now in the sunlight. The sun is now out. The daffodils are sparkling in the spring breeze. And there it is now looking outside live in the garden. Yes, isn't that lovely? Oh, Steve, I can't tell you how excited I feel today.
Because of the daffodils.
Because of the daffodils. I can't remember the last time I got so excited. Maybe the last time was when I looked at myself in the mirror, naked. That was the last time I got really excited by anything. Talking of naked, Steve, here is a story, a tale that is too sad to be repeated anywhere else. I'm going to tell you about it anyway. Do you like sausage? I can't even bring myself to say this. Do you like sausage rolls?
No,
Oh,
I've never been a fan of sausage rolls.
for those wondering, there is a sausage roll, but that is no ordinary sausage roll. That is from a place called Greggs. Now, this particular shop, it's a bread shop, a cake shop. They sell lots of savoury food. But this particular shop has almost become an institution now. It's very strange how this particular brand has become such a strong part of the British identity, but it really is. And this particular thing is a sausage roll. Normally it is meat, but now they also do vegetarian sausage rolls. Don't worry, this story is going somewhere, trust me. And the particular shop in question is called Greggs on the High Street. We're not advertising this.
Sounds
but,
like we are.
But it is leading somewhere.
Okay.
It is leading somewhere. Yesterday afternoon, in a branch of Greggs here in England, a man walked in to one of these shops and he ordered a sausage roll. But there was something unusual about him. Can you guess what it is?
Was he naked?
You are very good. Yes.
You're joking.
He was.
I didn't know.
Okay,
I
Steve.
honestly didn't know. I just guessed.
Yes, it is true.
Oh, wow.
Yesterday afternoon. Would you like to see the naked man?
So the shop, the people working in the shop saw his sausage roll
Yes.
before he ordered a
Oh,
sausage
good.
roll.
That's it. Just take away all of my good lines.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay,
We ought
Steve.
to actually discuss what we're going to
Here we
talk
go.
about and when we're going to say it.
Here we go. Well, you're in the garden. Here we go, Steve. So here is the man who was not only eating a sausage roll, he was also showing everyone his sausage roll. Don't worry, it's not actually.
Is it censored?
Yes, I've censored the picture.
You mean you've crossed out the you've hidden the actual sausage roll?
There it is.
Oh, I see.
There he is.
Right.
A naked man eating a sausage roll with chopsticks.
Are you allowed to? I don't think you're allowed to actually parade around naked.
So I don't know what the motivation was. People don't know why he did it. But apparently he was walking around the high street completely naked, wearing just a pair of shoes and also socks.
I don't think you're allowed, are you? Are you legally allowed
No,
to walk around naked? So
It's-
was he arrested?
no. He disappeared. He vanished. Apparently, he went into the local Greggs, and that's why I mentioned the shop, because that's where he went. He ordered a sausage roll, and then he sat down and ate it with a chopstick.
And a drink.
With chopsticks.
How do you eat sausage rolls with chopsticks?
I don't know.
Right, okay. Well, let's hope he had something to show off about.
Apparently, a lot of people have been zooming in to a certain part of the picture
Right, to see what type of a sausage roll it was.
to see if it was a. Apparently, some people have said it may be Jewish. It may be a Jewish sausage roll.
Well, Valentin, or American, of course, Valentin says that they think it's an advertising ploy by Greggs.
Yes. Well, guess
Very-
you're not the first person to say that. You're right. I think so. I think this might just be a publicity campaign by that particular shop, that particular chain of food outlets. And that's the reason why I mentioned Greggs, because they seem to have quite a hold on the consciousness of the general public. So they often do these things. There is always something happening. I remember once they gave away free sausage rolls. I think it was when they launched their vegetarian sausage rolls. And what happened? Too many people turned up at the shops. And of course, they did that on purpose because they knew that lots of people would come and then the news would report it. So this happens quite a lot now in business. We will see a news story concerning a certain company or a brand, but of course, the whole thing has been created to get attention. So everyone in the country yesterday was talking about the naked man in Greggs.
Was it the standard 8-inch sausage roll?
Yes, you can get a normal size one, which is 4 inches.
Yes.
And then there is a long one, which is 10 inches, which I think is probably the one you would
I
have.
wouldn't turn that down. No,
I see. See, I don't mind about the length of my sausage roll.
Tomic reckons that the guy was on some kind of hard drugs.
Yes,
Well,
it was on something.
well, as long as it was just drugs and not
What? All I can say is I feel sorry for the person that had to wipe the seat afterwards.
disgusting.
Oh.
Yes, exactly. Yes, it's a good job he didn't sit on the sausage roll
Yes.
by mistake. That would have created quite a stir.
Yes. In many ways.
Yes, but I think they've been struggling, like a lot of these types of shops that sell fast food. They've been struggling since the end of the lockdowns because people aren't going back and doing what they usually do because a lot of people are still working from home.
Yes.
And therefore, they're not going to work. They're not going out to buy sandwiches. And I think they've had to close some branches, haven't they? Didn't they? During the lot. I think they closed
yes.
quite a few branches down.
But I think you might be right. So a lot of people have been suggesting that this might be a publicity stunt.
Yes.
And the reason is because he seemed to appear from nowhere and then he vanished into nowhere.
So he went to the back of the shop, presumably.
Or there was just a vehicle waiting around the corner because apparently there are pictures of him walking through the high street of this area completely naked. But I think that this may be set up by Greggs.
Yes.
Just my thought. So please don't sue me.
Well,
But I think-
businesses are struggling to try and convince their workers to go back to like the head office or the office. I know we are as a company. We're virtually begging people to come back to the head office because we've got this giant office space and people aren't going back. And it's quite a problem at the moment.
Yes, okay. You're really
apparently.
cheering us all up here, Steve.
Well, no, I'm just making a comment that companies are trying to convince their workers to go back.
Yes.
And in fact, we had sort of an online Zoom meeting, as we do most days of the week, where HR, Human Resources, was trying to convince people that they should come back to at least 3 days a week to head office. And somebody said, well, I'll come back if they've got fish on the menu in the canteen.
That's fine by me.
So they were trying to bribe.
I think that's all right.
They said, well, yeah, is fish back on the menu? Because I used to like this particular fish dish.
Yes.
And they had the poor HR person had to answer this question and say, well, we'll try and get it back. You know, they're trying to get people back to head office by putting nice food in the canteen.
Yes, well, that's a good idea. Food. You do realise that people will do anything, literally anything, for food. They will. Let's face it. If you said to me, Steve, I had to run down the high street in Much Wenlock, completely naked, and you would give me a box of Jaffa cakes, I would do it.
Would you?
I would literally come on, let's do it. Have you got one?
Well, no, we've sold out of Jaffa cakes in Much Wenlock.
Oh, okay.
Because you've eaten them all.
That's no good then.
They've put the price up. Have you noticed? That we actually went in one week and said into the local shop that sells the Joe nuts, and we said they're absolutely delicious, but they're very inexpensive, aren't they? They charge much more on the internet than you do. And the next week they'd put the price up 50%, because they obviously thought they could get away with it.
You know what I've noticed recently?
Yes.
Pet owners. Pet owners are possibly, not all, not everyone, they might be the craziest people on the planet, because they do some crazy things with their pets. They do. If you have a pet nowadays, you have to normally have health insurance for your pet, which can run into hundreds, if not thousands of pounds. Didn't a friend of yours recently lose their dog?
Yes.
They had to have it put to sleep, but they were left with a huge bill.
Yes, left with a £2,500 bill.
So the dog is gone.
So the dog was 13 anyway, so that's quite old for a dog. And it became ill, and they decided that we'd go to the vet. And the vet, of course, wants to make lots of money.
They do.
So instead of saying, well, your dog's 13... it's probably only going to last a few more months anyway, managed to convince my friend to send the dog for an MRI scan and lots of other very expensive tests normally reserved for humans.
Yes.
And ran up a £2,500 bill. The dog subsequently died only a couple of weeks later. So the vet managed to extend the life of my friend's dog by probably a week and a half.
Yes. So
at the cost of £2,500.
So that's it.
Injections,
Yes.
treatments.
That's okay, Steve. That's it, isn't it? It's crazy.
Whereas
it's crazy. Now, I don't want to be insensitive, because I do understand. We had a dog for many years. My mum had a lovely dog called Tess for many years, and when she died, we were all upset. But I think there has to be a limit. There has to be some sort of cut-off point. With human beings...
Well, there should be a cut-off point there as well. Very controversial.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, in terms of how much you spend on treatment.
Oh, I see.
If you're already, I'm hoping that when I get to an age which I consider is enough.
Okay.
Well, obviously 100 for me, because I want to see Halley's Comet
What
come
does this
back.
have to do with dogs?
Well, I'm just saying that, there should be a limit to how much you spend.
Yeah.
You should realise, I think, when you get to a certain age, that what's the point in spending lots of money? Well, you've got to have a reason to stay alive, haven't you?
Well, yes,
and
but
if you can
that's
afford
not,
it yourself, fine.
That's not actually what I'm on about.
Okay, what are you on about?
I'm on
Mr.
about
Duncan?
people equating looking after their animal, their pet, just as they would a human being. Now, I know it's controversial. I'm not trying to be controversial. I'm not trying to get a reaction, but I think that human life is always more valuable than a pet. I'm sorry, but that's just the way I am. That's it. That's it. But I do hear people quite often nowadays saying, if I saw a house on fire and there was a person in there and a dog, I would save the dog first.
Some people do say that, yes.
And I would leave the person there, human being.
Well, they would have to go to prison, I think, for that.
Well, they wouldn't, yeah, but they're not going to tell anyone, are they? They're not going to say, hey, guess what I just did?
The thing is, you know...
But what, yes, well, it was straying from my point, which is human life is always more important than a pet's life. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is, unfortunately.
Well, you see, you probably won't upset too many people watching us because we haven't got too many people watching in the UK.
I'm not trying to upset anyone.
Massive pet lovers in the UK.
Well, I think you'll find the world.
Well, I think we've got a reputation, haven't we, as dog owners in the UK.
Yes.
But yes, I mean, if your dog is 13 years old, then it's not going to live for very much longer, no matter what you do anyway. See, if you're a human and get to 85 and then you've got a medical condition, you can keep yourself alive maybe for another 5 or 10 years.
Yes.
But a pet, no matter what you do, that dog is going to die within a few weeks or months anyway.
Yeah. But also there's...
It's difficult, though, unless you're in that position,
Well, I
Mr.
have.
Duncan.
I've just explained that.
I know, but when
been.
you were a child, it's different when you're an adult. And say you had...
Well, I was an adult.
I know...
When Tess died, she was about 16 years old, and I was really upset. And I was about 27.
Yes, but I mean, put yourself in the situation that you live on your own, and you've got a dog, and that dog is your company. You probably would be tempted to spend a lot of money to keep it alive for as long as possible.
Okay.
Only because, I mean, you know, put yourself in somebody else's.
Well, I am. But I'm not on about, again, I'm not on about that. I'm on about the person that will put a pet above a human being as being worthy to stay alive. That's my point, because I've heard this all too often. It might be a sickness in this country where people say, I would rather have a dog as a friend than a human being.
Well, there was a lot of controversy, wasn't there?
I know people are annoying sometimes.
When the US decided to leave Afghanistan last year, there was a lot of controversy here because it is alleged that a plane was specifically chartered just to rescue dogs from Afghanistan back to the UK.
Yes.
And that is a story and apparently it's true.
Well, they reckon that Boris Johnson was asked about it, and he said yes, sure. But he may have actually misheard them, because he may have said, would you like us to save the Afghans?
Oh, yes.
Yes, and he may have misheard it.
That's a joke.
No, it's not a joke. Oh, yes, it is a joke, isn't it? I wasn't joking, by the way. That wasn't a joke. That's Boris Johnson. That's the way he thinks, you see. So I wasn't making a joke about that. I was just thinking that might be what actually happened. They said, we need a plane to save the Afghans. And he said, OK, then no problem. And then they came back with lots of dogs. So, but I wasn't joking. I'm just saying that's how stupid our Prime Minister is.
Controversial.
Not really. I don't think,
but it was
this
true.
Is not, trust Steve, this is not controversial, trust me.
But it is true. There was a plane specially chartered, not to save human beings, but to save dogs in Afghanistan.
Yes.
Before the Taliban took over last year. It's been well reported, and a lot of people were getting very angry, saying, well, the dogs should be, people's pets should be allowed to survive. They should be able to bring their pets with them. But, it was a desperate situation.
But not at the cost of human life.
I know. Well, that was what probably happened.
Well, it did happen.
I mean, we saw human beings clinging on to planes.
Yes.
Trying to escape.
Yes. And I think the point people were making is there was a plane flying in and leaving with lots of animals on board.
That's disgraceful.
When all the people were still lining up, desperate to get out.
Yes.
It's a tough one. It's one of those decisions that is very hard to make. I would not like to make that decision, if I was honest, Steve. I wouldn't like to make it.
I've got a lot of friends at the moment spending a lot of money on their pets.
Yes.
I've got another friend who's got a horse. She likes horse riding, and she spent thousands.
You might as well burn the money.
Horse.
Just take your money, take it into a big field where the horse would be, and just set fire to it.
But what happens
Because-
is you can take out pet insurance. It's a big industry, pet insurance.
Yes, that's it.
But of course, it only covers you for certain conditions, depending on how much you pay.
And it's going to be the ones that dogs never get.
Yes, and then for each condition that it is covered for, it will only cover you up to a certain amount. So this friend with the dog actually ran up a bill of nearly £5,000, but half of it was covered by the insurance, but the other half wasn't. So in the space of 2 weeks, the vet managed to ring up a charge of nearly £5,000 for various treatments for this dog, and it died anyway.
Yes.
As Tomek says, maybe they can take the vet to court. I don't know. Maybe they had to sign something. But yes.
Well, I think when you're having treatment for something, even if it is a person, if we talk about people having treatment, you can go into hospital, you can have an operation, and maybe you will die during the operation. So I suppose it depends what the circumstances are. But I find it amazing that people are so devoted. It's lovely, don't get me wrong, it's lovely that people feel so devoted to their animals. It is.
Yeah.
But they're not people.
I don't know what I would do in those. Mosen says my fingers are black. Yes, you're right. I'll tell you what it is.
Yes, I know what
It's
it is.
the pen.
Yes.
It's the pen, because
Steve
I'm
keeps-
fiddling with the pen like this under the camera.
Steve cannot stand or sit still.
It's ink. It's ink.
Look at that. It looks like you've been voting in an election.
It's because I'm doing this, you see, and I'm getting the ink.
There are some countries where if you vote, you have to put your finger into some blue ink and then it stains the end of your finger. So when you go back, they know that you have already voted. But of course, you might wear a rubber glove that looks like a hand, and then you dip your finger in and then just take the rubber glove off and then it's gone.
Raphael says Mr. Steve is becoming Venom. What's that?
Venom is a character from a comic book. And he becomes accidentally infected by some Martian or some extraterrestrial virus or
sounds exciting.
some creature that can live inside him. And there's been 2 movies made.
Does
as
your
well.
hair grow back?
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
You turn into a giant snake.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
You can morph. You can change into lots of different things.
Oh, I like that.
Tom Hardy is the actor who plays Venom.
Oh, right. That sounds quite fun. There used to be a character in Space 1999 that
Okay.
can morph into different animals. You hated the character.
I hated Maya.
Maya, that's right.
Maya.
Nobody liked Maya.
Season 2 of Space 1999. It's when they tried to please the Americans. They wanted to make it more appealing to the US. So they decided to completely destroy the show. And that's why they never made any more afterwards.
Oh, there's apparently Lewis is saying, and Pedro's back, apparently. I didn't know Pedro had gone. Hello, Pedro. It says that, Lewis says that there's been, hello, Lewis, there's been a terrible accident on, is it Le Mans? We all like to watch, isn't it horrible? And it's on YouTube, this race car
Obviously,
crashing.
you've seen it then.
No, I haven't seen it. But isn't it macabre? Is that the right word? We all like to watch, don't we? We were watching a programme last night. We watched a bit of it where people are involved in accidents, car accidents, all sorts of accidents and catastrophes. We like to watch it, don't we?
Yeah.
Plane crashes.
Okay, Steve, let's just...
We like to watch...
Steve,
I'm just saying there's a...
Yes.
Yeah, there is a...
Just move away from that one.
Well, okay, but it's, you know what I'm saying. It's something that people
Yes.
like to watch.
Okay, Steve.
But normally we like to watch it because the ones they show on television, nobody gets hurt in those accidents. They're just accidents happen, but people miraculously survive.
Ooh, like we are miraculously surviving this live stream by not getting cut off. That's
Why
very-
would we get cut off?
Well,
Didn't
do
say
you want me
anything
to explain,
controversial.
Steve, right now? There was a huge plane crash a couple of days
I
ago.
know there was, but
It
I'm
killed
not-
everyone.
Well,
And
I
there
know
are-
there's always
okay.
plane crashes, Mr. Duncan.
Yes,
There's
well,
always
not,
plane
not
crashes.
always.
Just saying. The only comment I'm making is people like to watch videos of
Yes, you've made
accidents.
that. You made it very well. Yes, I know. There was a. I think one of the cars span off and smashed into the concrete side of the track last night. It was actually yesterday. I know that. I know that.
As long as people aren't seriously hurt, we like to watch them.
Yes, I don't want to see people hurt or killed. Definitely not.
Nobody wants to see that.
Well, but you just said they did.
No, they like to see the accidents.
Oh, I see.
As long as they know.
I don't know.
So the ones that we see on BBC, for example, you know they're accidents. Like there was one last night, wasn't there? We saw where there was two big cranes,
Yeah.
and they were trying to lower some section of a road or something.
It was a
down,
bridge.
and it collapsed onto all these houses. It destroyed lots of houses, but nobody was hurt.
That's
So
amazing.
if lots of people have been killed, they wouldn't have shown it.
That's it.
But you know, they're fascinating to watch.
But we do like to see disaster movies.
Well, that's
and
it,
horrible
yeah.
movies
Exactly.
where people do get killed. So there
Yes.
is something in there. There is definitely.
Well, when it's a movie, when people die, it's not, it's fiction.
yes. Okay.
So we don't mind watching people die in a film because we know it's fiction.
Tomek has accused me of being a little cat. He says, "You are such a cat, Mr.
Really?
Duncan."
Where's that?
It's gone now because it's been deleted by Pedro.
It's no good putting comments on them when you delete them instantly.
Well, Tomek didn't delete them. Pedro deleted it.
Oh, I see. Why did Pedro delete the comment?
Oh dear!
Blimey.
Are we going to explain every moment of?
Are people censoring each other as we speak?
Well, that's their job. That's Pedro's job. He's one of the moderators, so he can.
Was the comment, was it justified?
Yes,
Was the
I just said
withdrawal
he just-
justified.
I just said that Tomek called me a cat. Well, think of another word that sounds like a cat.
Okay.
Okay, Mrs. Slocum.
Mr. Slocum. Fine. Okay, then. Fine. Right. Okay. Well, it's not the first time somebody's done that to Tomek.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure Steve isn't at your mum's house? And you're not Steve's mum. You got swapped in bodies. You've done a Freaky Friday.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Mr. Duncan. I can't, I can't talk to you and follow everything at the same time.
I'm saying you have the allure of a 92-year-old lady.
Yes, Nitram. Why do I keep being censored by Mr. Duncan? Exactly.
I-
You're being a bit sort of twitchy today, Mr.
You do.
Duncan.
Steve keeps. Can I just?
Can't do anything today.
I
You're
re-
having a go at me today, Mr.
I
Duncan.
want-
I haven't done anything wrong.
I want there to be a camera under this table so you can see all the strange things that Steve is doing.
not
He
doing
keeps-
anything.
He's doing all these things with his legs.
I'm just moving. I'm just
It's just,
moving.
it's just so funny.
It's not fair, is it, viewers? It's not fair. I'm being censored.
It's just so funny. Yes, and there are movies, of course, based on real events when people did get killed. Thank you. That's
Yes, of course there
That's
are,
a very good point.
Well, that's different then, isn't it?
But you are making money out of someone else's fatality. You're right. Well, yes, I didn't think of that. That's a good one, Neat Tram. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's a good one. There seems to be a habit at the moment with TV shows to reenact or to act out a terrible situation where maybe a person was murdered or maybe people died.
But that's still different to seeing the actual
Yes.
event.
But
That's still
it's more chilling when you know
dramatisation.
But it did actually happen, so they are kind of using it in a way to make money. That's my point. Anyway, here, Steve, it's time for your minute moan. It's a new feature that we have. I will show Mr. Steve.
Can I moan about you?
Can I just do the bit? Can I do the bit, Steve?
Go on.
I'm Larry Sanders, and this is Hank Kingsley. Hey now. No one gets that reference, I'm pretty sure. Here we go, Steve. Here is the photograph right now.
Oh, yes. That's our Chancellor in charge of the purse strings.
And this is the guy that really got Mr. Steve quite angry this week.
Yes, so, yes, there we go. He's just given his sort of budget update, his spring update to how he's going to tax us more.
Because he's the Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Changes he's making to the taxation.
His name is Rishi Sunak.
That's right, and his wife's a multi-billionaire.
That's good.
And I think he's probably got quite a lot of money himself.
So
they're very rich. So there he was. He's reduced, which was very funny anyway. He announced with great drama that he was reducing the price of the tax on fuel. This is the tax that the government take when you purchase petrol or diesel on a forecourt in the UK. He was reducing it by 5 pence a litre.
5 pence?
5 pence. So basically bringing it back to the price it was last week.
Okay.
Because the price of fuel has gone up dramatically.
Okay.
Everywhere, not just in the UK. So we're probably paying about £1.
So what is the photograph doing?
So the photograph, so there he was, supposedly filling up his own car in a forecourt.
Yeah.
And of course, my immediate thought was a multi-billionaire would not be driving around in a Kia.
Yes.
I mean, Kias are very good cars.
They are.
But if you're a billionaire, you're not going to drive around in a Kia.
Yes.
And of course, it turned out, did it not, that wasn't his car at all.
It was all staged.
It was all staged.
And the funny thing is, it would appear that he's never done this before, because when he went into the place to pay for his petrol that he put into that car that is not his, he didn't seem to know what to do. It was as if it was the first time ever in his life that he was doing that thing, paying for something. And yes, he is the Chancellor. He's the head of all the spending that the government does in this country. But it does happen quite often where people try to get the public to like them or to support them by pretending to be like the average person.
Yes, and of course he's anything but.
He is not. He is not an average person. He is a multi-millionaire. His wife is a multi-billionaire, and he does not own a Kia. He does not own that car. Definitely not. And the whole thing was exposed this week.
And staged.
Sometimes it's best not to try and do that, because people will ask, they will inquire, and then they will find out.
So the price of people's fuel bills, generally gas and electric, is going to mean that people will pay on average around £2,000 a year more for their electric and heating bills.
That's incredible.
Next year, this year than they were last year. That's a lot of money. And yet our Chancellor has reduced the tax on fuel by 5p a litre, meaning that when you fill up a tank of your car with petrol or diesel, it's going to save you about £2 or £3, probably a month for the average person. So,
in other words,
smoke and mirrors is the phrase that people use.
So all of these reductions in fuel, all of these cuts in fuel price mean nothing, because it's just a few pennies. And of course, the prices will go up. So whatever saving you have, it will soon be completely removed. Anyway, that was today's Mr. Steve's Minute Moan, all about Rishi Sunak pretending to fill up his car that isn't actually his.
The thing is, I forgive him because he's a bit of a dish.
That was the wrap up there, you see.
He's a bit of a dish, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I forgive him. When I say a dish, I think he's quite attractive.
Okay, that's good.
So, I forgive him anyway.
All right. Great. Steve, it is now time to do something. I am going to reveal something now. No, not like this.
You haven't got a sausage roll under the table, have you?
I don't have a sausage roll that I'm going to show. Nothing like that. We are bringing something back, Steve. Something that has not been here for a long time.
Stand by, Tomek.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm having to blow the dust off this little button down here. Wait there. That's it. It's all dusty because I haven't used it for such a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play the springtime sentence game. The sentence game is back, everyone. It's a special one today, Steve. Springtime sentence game. The sentence game is here on English Addict. And here we go. Oh,
Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
No, the viewers.
All I can say is I wish I had a sausage roll in my hand right now. I would wave it around everywhere.
Is that to get viewers?
No, it's just because I'm hungry.
Right.
I need to eat something. Here we go then. The sentence game is here. It's a simple game, fortunately.
Yes, we better explain for those people, new viewers who have never seen the sentence game.
We have the sentence game, and today we are looking at words connected to spring. I am going to show you a sentence with certain words missing. They are not there. They are absent. What you have to do is tell me what the words are. It's as simple as that. They are all related to the beautiful season of spring. Spring has arrived, Steve. I feel almost 10 months younger.
Beatrice is excited as well. And Inaki. And lots of people. Senthor.
Yes.
Oh, yes, a lot of people are quite excited about the return of a firm favourite from the past. So Tadika says, I prefer to spot the white van. Have you seen one today?
You know what I'm thinking of doing is playing a new game called Spot the Ambulance. Because I've noticed there are quite a few ambulances going backwards and forwards behind us when we're on. And I think that's because maybe it is the main road that takes people between a place called Shrewsbury and Much Wenlock, and maybe some other places as well, like Bridgnorth and Ironbridge. But you do see a lot of ambulances going up and down that road as well. So maybe we can start a new game, Spot the Ambulance.
People have spent all winter sitting down in front of their computers, and now the weather's getting better. They're going out into the garden and making themselves ill.
Yeah, they're falling over, or maybe they're sticking their garden fork into their foot because they're sometimes a bit silly. Here we go then, the sentence game, and here is the first one. If you've never played before, then now is the time to actually do it. Today's first sentence game. Oh, something you get, something you can enjoy at this time of year.
So, yes, 3 words. First one begins with A?
No.
Oh no, that something. 6 letters. Begins with B.
We can tell that it's a long time since we've played this.
Even I can't remember.
So you can see underneath, the first missing word begins with B, 6 letters, F, 5 letters, and A, 3 letters. Something of something. It's something you can enjoy, Steve. You know you were doing it this morning.
Moaning.
You were doing it. Steve was doing it this morning.
What was I doing this morning? I was sleeping.
Well, earlier, before the live stream started.
Oh, right, yes. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So before the live stream started, Mr. Steve was busy enjoying that particular thing.
And yes, Maura liked the sentence game, didn't she?
He was enjoying a something of something.
Well, we've got answers coming through already.
And it wasn't a bottle of Russian vodka.
That wouldn't fit anyway. which of course is now being banned probably in most countries. Right, yes, we've got answers coming through, and it looks like the correct answers are already there.
So do we have any correct answers coming through, or any answers? 100 DOB. Now the spring is in the air. That sounds like a song, doesn't it? Something like, now that spring is in the air and everything is really nice.
Well, guess who was first? A person who used to love the sentence game as well. Mora.
Oh, Mora.
Whose name we've probably pronounced incorrectly. We had a lot of debate about this, didn't we?
Maora.
Yes.
Or as I used to say, Maora, 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 Maora.
Yes, so there we go. It looks like we've had lots of similar answers.
Inaki says blow.
Yes. Well, it's not quite enough letters.
That would be a very long blow because it would have 6 letters. But
you know, well done for having a go. I think the answer's there. I think we know what it is.
yes. So when you go outside,
Particularly on a nice spring day.
yes, and there is no smoke in the air, no one is burning things.
There's always somebody burning things around here.
We've noticed that over the last few days.
Yes.
A lot of people are having fires around here, and it has been a little bit smoky. Here we go then. Here is the answer, and of course, you know who is back. Who's back, Mr. Steve?
Don't know. Oh, not the cockerel. Don't make a big thing of it, Mr. Duncan.
Here he comes. It's been a long time since we've seen this guy. Okay, time's up.
There we go. Answer, Mr. Duncan.
It is... Ding!
Yes.
Oh, you can have a breath of fresh air. So when we say breath, we are actually saying air that is taken in to your lungs. You take in a breath of fresh air. You are taking in the fresh air. You breathe in. Of course, the word breathe is spelt differently. Breathe has an E at the end. So that is the difference between breath and breathe. Breath is the air itself. Breathe is the action of taking in and expelling breath. And there it was, today's first sentence game. Oh, it's so nice to have it back.
Beatrice got it right as well. Lots of people did. Here's that's interesting. No, I don't think that one quite fits. But well done to everybody who got it right. Beatrice got it right as well. Valentin got it right. Yeah.
Of course, we can also use it as an idiom, by the way. If you have a breath of fresh air, it means something new, something exhilarating, or something that makes you feel refreshed. So anything that you experience for the first time, or something that is different from what you've done before and makes you feel good, you can say, it was a breath of fresh air, something different. Some people say that my English lessons and my live streams are like a breath of fresh air, something very different.
You can say that about a new person that starts working in the office. They're like a breath of fresh air in this department because maybe they're very positive, maybe they're very friendly, and everybody else has got very sort of set in their ways. You can describe a person as being a breath of fresh air in an office, in a party, in any particular situation.
Here we go. Next one, the second spring sentence game is there.
The something come something something.
Think of something you might see
Well, you don't need to give any clues just yet, Mr. Duncan. And while we're waiting, we can talk about my my lovely Peruvian T-shirt.
Yes.
There we go.
There
The
it is.
condor, which we
Yes.
looked it up, is a national symbol of several countries in South America, Peru being one of them.
Including Peru.
Yes. So, yes, I would like to go in. It's a giant bird, isn't it? A condor, a giant bird of prey.
Yes.
Right, okay. Right, we've got some suggestions already.
The something come in. Oh, it said it then. I'm so stupid sometimes. The something come something something. I'm sorry.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It was me. I nearly made a boo-boo.
Well, I think we've got the answers anyway.
Yes, we'll just wait for the answers
Valentin,
because we have about 30 seconds delay. So we will wait.
Fam as well.
Also Beatrice, Inaki,
Naki.
Anna, Fan T Trang. Oh, yes. Yes, I think. So we have Valentin. Well done. Yes, it looks as if we have quite a few answers coming through right now. Thank you very much for getting involved on the sentence game. The something come something something. Think of what you see as you look outside the window.
My fingers are getting blacker and blacker. And so is my heart and my soul.
There is a clue. That was
I think we've got it.
That was a clue. Did you like that clue there? That was a visual clue.
I'm very surprised about a lack of input from a certain person.
Okay.
Maybe they're saving the best till last. There we go. I think we've got lots of suggestions, Mr. Duncan.
If we stay silent for more than 20 seconds, YouTube will panic. They start to panic. And someone will fly over from California to come and check to make sure we haven't both dropped dead. They have to come and disconnect our internet.
Well done, Jimmy. I think we've got enough now, Mr. Duncan.
Okie dokie. Here comes the answer. Come on, Mr. Cockerel. We are waiting for the answer. Here it is.
Faster, Mr. Duncan.
It's okay, don't worry, we've got 10 minutes. The something comes something something. The answer is bing.
Yes.
The flowers come into bloom. I like that word, bloom. And that's another interesting word because you can use it as a verb or a noun. Something will bloom. It means the flower will open and grow and reveal itself. Bloom. Or, of course, it can describe the actual flower itself. We can describe a flower as a bloom. They come into bloom.
Valentin, not that it's a race, but Valentin was first, so well done. Let's have a look. Yes, flowers come into bloom. Fam as well got that correctly.
Good.
Anna got it. Lots of people did. Anarchy, Beatrice, Sandra. Well done to all of you.
Jimmy from Hong Kong says blossoming. Yes, that's a good way of describing that as well. Blossoming. They come out, they open, they are blossoming.
Yes, instead of using 3 words, you can use 1. So thank you very much for that.
You might say that the flowers are blossoming.
If you can describe a person as blooming, if a person blooms, it means they've got a certain glow or aura about them. I remember my mother saying that when she reached a certain age, she lost her bloom. And people can,
It's better than losing your bloomers.
yes, if you say to somebody, well, you wouldn't say this to somebody, but you might comment, oh, they've lost their bloom. In fact, my mother said that her father-in-law, when my mother gave birth to me, he said to her, oh, you've lost your bloom, which sounds unkind, but it just means that you use that youthful glow.
It is a bit unkind.
Bloom is something that you have when you're young.
It's not a compliment.
It's a youthful glow.
Can I just say, you really do look quite dour these days.
You've lost your bloom. If you say that to somebody, it is definitely not.
See, now I thought what you were going to say, Steve. I thought you were going to tell me that when you came out of your mother, that your father was disappointed because he wanted a girl. And you know what? He very nearly did.
Well, anyway, yes. So yes, if you're blooming, a person can bloom. It means they're young, they're fresh, they've got lovely skin, they've got a nice rosy glow about them. And then as they get older and cynical and they start to have, maybe they have babies, maybe they, I don't know, something upsets them in life, or they've had too much sun and the skin goes horrible and covered in spots. Then they lose their glow. It's not very nice,
I always feel as if you didn't know what that next word was going to be, though, in that sentence.
Have I lost my glow, Mr. Duncan?
Your glow has gone out.
Have a bloom.
You are like a gas lamp that was snuffed out in 1918.
Oh, don't get upset, Tomic. I'm sure it was maybe an overreaction.
What?
No, it doesn't matter. It's nothing to do with you.
Oh.
It was probably a bit of an accident. I think maybe Pedro was a bit trigger happy. So he's very protective of us, and maybe thought it was something rude when maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
I don't know
we
either.
can't check it because the message is gone.
Okay.
But well, God blimey. Right. Okay. Yes.
I don't know. I have absolutely no idea.
Don't take it to heart.
Okay.
Don't take it to heart.
Right.
You'll have to kiss and make up.
I still don't know what you're on about. The flowers are into bloom, the flowers are into bloom. Here is the next sentence game. I almost forgot that I was playing the sentence game then. Here's the next one. Many something will something and something there. Something.
Interest, yes.
Interest.
1, 2, 4 letters. Thank you, Angela. The word in Holland for flower is sounds like bloom. Blow him. Do you pronounce that?
So yes, it's probably is derived from that. As you know, English is not a unique language. It is basically stolen from all the best bits of the other languages.
Well, Beatrice, green is my favourite colour, so maybe I am green inside. Or if you describe someone as being green, it means that they are inexperienced. They don't know very much about life.
Okay. Who mentioned green?
Beatrice.
Oh, okay.
Who said that I was green inside, not black. Because I mentioned earlier that I was... Oh, no, Marcia said that. Oh, no, I'm getting mixed up. I don't know who said it first. But Beatrice said that... yes, it was Beatrice. Yes.
Would you like to come back later,
Describe
Steve?
a person as green. It means they're inexperienced in life. But which I am. I'm like an innocent virgin who's never really experienced very much. But green is my favourite colour. So there you go. 4 letters, many something will something, and something there's something.
Yes.
And it's spring related.
Yes. It is. We are talking about things. We are talking about certain things.
Do we need a clue that early on?
Here is the clue now. Oh.
Well, at least they're the same species.
There you go.
You should have had two different species of birds then. You could have said it was an interracial affair.
That is disgusting. And then later, this will go, and then. You can tell I haven't rehearsed this that way round.
Oh, well, look at that. A nitram.
Oh, that was exhausting.
And unnecessary.
Very unnecessary. Many something, by something I mean many, not necessarily these, but many will.
Well, I don't think you needed to have given a clue, really.
I know. I just wanted to do this, really.
But people are getting it. Yes, you just wanted to do that, didn't you?
I just wanted to show birds getting passionate. Ooh, yes. What's your name? My name's
okay, Mr. Duncan. I think you've overdone that.
My name's Jemima. What's your name? My name's Derek. Derek. That's a very sexy name. Yes, thank you. I haven't seen you around here before. No. Well, are you single? Yes, I am actually.
Well, we've got answers, Mr. Duncan. You seem to be ignoring the live chat and concentrating on your sort of performance.
It's my little performance. That's performance art, that is.
Well,
eat your heart out, Banksy. Here we go then. Would you like the answer? Many something will something and something there's something.
Right, okay.
We've got quite a few answers coming through.
We have, yes, we have. I thought yes.
Any correct answers? Anything?
Well, I think Maura has maybe come up with the correct answer, Mr. Duncan.
Okay, well.
Without any help from your demonstration.
It's almost time to go, so.
A rather rude demonstration.
It's not rude.
But Nitram has also suggested something which I would consider would definitely fit. And other people have got a lot of the words correct.
Good.
Even if they didn't get the whole sentence.
Good. So, shall we have the answer?
Go on then.
Come on, Mr. Cockerel.
Lewis has got it as well, I think.
Good. The answer is animals. Many animals will mate and raise their offspring. Mate, to get together, you create some little versions, some new versions of yourself.
Inaki has come up with a lovely sentence as well, and replace the word mate with meat. And that is, you were very rude, Mr. Duncan.
That was not rude. That's nature. That's
I know.
That's Mother Nature on Mother's Day.
Many animals will meet and raise their offspring. Thank you for that. Less.
They have social clubs.
Yes.
Social groups. The Lonely Bird social group, where lots of lonely birds meet up.
Well, Victoria, you will get better. You will get better. And you have made suggestions, so it's not like you're not taking part. There's no humiliation.
There isn't.
On this live stream.
The only humiliation is on this side of the camera.
Yes, I'm the only one that gets humiliated by Mr.
Two.
Duncan.
The only humiliation here is us. We're the ones that are really, this is the reason why we've been cast out of every area of society. The
thing is, even if you can't get the whole sentence, don't be afraid to just suggest some of the individual words.
Yeah.
Because, that is part of you engaging.
Yes.
And we like to see anybody's suggestions, and then particularly if it's a difficult one, your one word might help other people to get the whole sentence. So it is a bit of a team effort. I think these are too easy, Mr. Duncan.
Really?
I think so, because people, one or two people are getting them quite quickly.
Yes. Okay. Well, if I make them too hard, and then I would probably get complaints that they're too difficult. Oh, no, I don't think they're too hard. Maybe for you they're too easy. I'm not sure if they're too easy for Mr. Steve, to be honest. Shall we have one more?
No, we're not, Autumn. The answer is no.
What?
It doesn't matter. Carry on. You can look at the live stream later, and because I'm getting hungry, Mr. Duncan, and it's 4 UK time.
One of these birds will sing. Oh, not that one. One of these birds will sing. Oh.
And the batteries have gone flat.
Right there. There we go. See?
Angela's cat is now going mad
Yes.
in the house.
So this particular bird is called a long-tailed tit. Don't you say anything. Don't you say anything, Mr. Steve. One more, and then we're going. Something... Oh, I haven't put it on the screen yet. Here we go. Something, and the something becomes something. Oh. So think of something that we did last night. There was something that Mr. Steve and myself had to do. We didn't want to do it. And sometimes, you just don't you're not in the mood. But before we went to bed last night, we had to do it. We didn't want to do it, but it is connected to this, you see.
Cleaning our teeth. That's something I particularly dislike doing before going to bed, is cleaning my teeth. My mother has a good solution to that. She cleans them.
She takes hers out.
She cleans her teeth at about 9 o'clock and then gets dressed and ready for bed and goes back downstairs and then...
9 o'clock in the morning.
And then watches a bit more television or reads or whatever, and then goes to bed about an hour and a half later. So then all you have to do is go upstairs and get straight into bed.
Yes.
Which I think is a very good idea, because if you're watching a television programme or something and then you get ready for bed, you have to go upstairs, you have to clean your teeth, wash, go to the toilet, all that. And it takes, 10, 15 minutes? Whereas if you've done it all an hour and a half earlier, you can just go straight up and go straight into bed and go to sleep. Because I think sometimes the act of doing all the teeth cleaning and the getting changed and everything sort of wakes you up again, and then you can find it harder to get to sleep. So I think do it. What my mother does, doing it an hour and a half before going to bed, means that you can just, when you feel sleepy, you can then just get straight into bed.
Yes, you could just sleep where you were sitting.
Of course,
you could put the TV on and just fall asleep in front of the television. And then the next morning when you wake up, there will still be programmes on the telly, because television is on all the time now. There's always a programme playing somewhere. Here we go then. Yes, any answers on this thing we're doing?
Yes, Nitram. I've often thought of doing that, starting my own channel and just talking about controversial subjects and see if I get cancelled. I'll just get Mr. Duncan cancelled first, shall I?
Yes, I think that's what you're trying to do. I'm sure someone is paying you to sabotage this. Who is it?
Dat says, hello,
Dat.
Mr. Duncan.
Dat.
I've been learning English from your videos from 12 years ago.
Wow, 12 years, that's a long time.
Thank you very much, and thanks for the picture as well. We always like to see pictures of what our viewers look like. Thank you very much for doing that. So this is about spring, yes? So Valentin has put a suggestion in.
Saturino has a blocked pipe. I have a flood.
I should go and see a doctor about that.
I have a flood in my bath. Some pipe has got blocked, and now I've got to be a Sunday plumber. Can I just say, if you actually have a problem with your water in your house and you have to call a plumber on Sunday, it will cost you so much.
An arm and a leg.
Very expensive to do that, to get a tradesperson.
So yes, do it yourself.
Yes, have a go. Get your hand down there. There's nothing. The one I hate is when your toilet blocks up. And we all know why that happens. Sometimes you flush and then suddenly the water goes up. It goes really high. And you think, oh my God, what? It feels so wrong. No, it's supposed to go down. It's not supposed to come back up, the water. It's supposed to go away from you. But putting that right can be a very unpleasant job. Okay, here we go. The answer to the final sentence game. It's so nice to see the sentence game back. The answer is, it was so quiet then. Did you notice that? So quiet in here with my new computer that I built myself. You can't even hear the computer. It's really weird. I keep having to check that it's still working. It's so quiet. Here we go.
There you go, Valentin. You got one of the words right.
Temperatures rise. And now I've actually missed... Have I missed a word out there?
Mr. Duncan.
Wait there a second. That can't be right.
Yes, that doesn't make sense.
No. It should be days. I don't know where days has gone. Is that my fault? Maybe it is. But I wrote that out earlier, and I did definitely put days in there. I don't know where it's gone. I've lost the days.
Yes.
Temperatures rise and the days become longer. I apologise for that. What a humiliating way of ending today's live stream. But it is true, at this time of year, the days do appear to be longer because we have longer days with the daylight.
Well, Valentin got the whole thing right.
Even with days?
Yes, so no need to feel embarrassed about
see?
Earlier what you said. You got it right. Congratulations.
You did better than I did. And I devised and invented that game. And even I got it wrong.
And Inaki put the two together and got it completely right. Yeah, so there we go. That's it. And the dad's been on. Anita, thank you very much. We know about the flooded pipe at Saturino's house. Hope you get that fixed today. Don't forget to wash your hands afterwards before you prepare food. Yeah, that's it. A lot of people got that right. Yeah, no, temperature's definitely got 11 letters.
Yes, but I have an S on the end. Temperatures.
Right.
And I think I know what happened now. That's it. I was going to put temperature, but then I changed the construction of the sentence. But I forgot to change the other details, such as the number of letters. So it should actually be more than that. Yes, you're right.
But if you had put the word temperature in there, you would have had to change a lot of the other words.
That's it. And also, I
didn't
didn't
have to be grammatically correct.
I didn't put days in there originally, and that's the reason why it's missing. Now I know.
You would have to say the temperature is rising, and the days are becoming longer. If you were going to use the word temperature, just to be grammatically correct.
I did not want to mislead anyone. I think I misled myself there.
But I think most people got the gist of it, got the idea of what it was about.
I think so, yes. Spring is here, by the way, and if you needed reminding, well, lots of creatures suddenly appear, lots of little creatures, lots of big creatures, and lots of tiny insects as well.
Watch out, there's a bee about.
He came back then to say hello.
Yeah, the bees are coming out. They're all over our heathers, which are in bloom.
Oh, Steve, look out. Look out, Steve.
What?
Oh.
Oh, we're being attacked.
Oh, there's a swarm of them bloody things.
I don't like bees. Bees are all right. I don't like wasps.
Did you see that? We were attacked
I did. That
by
was quite exciting.
a swarm of bees.
Maybe they'll come back another day.
Well, that was 5 hours of my life. I'm not getting back making that. I like the one on his own. I think that one's much nicer.
Oh, he's got a friendly face. Look.
Oh, he came back to say hello.
He did.
And that's it. That is all there is today. That is all we have time for. I hope you've enjoyed whatever this is. And I will see you again on Wednesday. Can you believe it? I'm back with you on Wednesday, and I'm doing a short live stream on Wednesday. And then, of course, next week, Friday, is the beginning of April. And I am planning to do something a little different for April. More details about that on Wednesday. What is going on? What will happen? What is going to happen when April arrives? We will have to wait and see.
Well, I think it was nice to be here today, Mr. Duncan.
Was it? Did you enjoy it?
I'm not sure I enjoyed your company, but I enjoyed everybody else's company. Have a lovely week.
It's a shame, really, because you were actually stuck with me. See, after we finish this, Steve has to still put up with me. And the nice part, which is you, that all goes away.
Well, I can escape into the garden.
Good.
Yeah, lovely to be here. Lovely to see you all today, and look forward to seeing you all again next week. Have a lovely week.
That's it. And we will see Mr. Steve next weekend. Enjoy yourself in the garden.
I will.
Yeehaw! Mr. Steve will be back with us next week. And that, as they say, is that. That is all I have time for today. Thank you for your company for the past 2 hours and 15 minutes. Goodness me. I'm doing a lot of overtime at the moment. Thank you very much for your company. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. You can watch this again if you want to. If you really want to. You can. You can watch the whole thing. Later there will be captions as well for you to enjoy. You can revise. You can look at all of the wonderful English words and watch every moment of this again. Do you really want to do that? I hope so. See you on Wednesday. Yes, I will be back with you. We will be talking about vanity on Wednesday, being vain. We didn't have time to talk about it today, so we will do it on Wednesday. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you to everyone who has made comments, mentioned different things today. Thank you very much. It's really nice to have you here with us today. And of course, until the next time we meet here, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Stay happy, stay safe, keep that smile upon your face as you walk amongst the human race. And I will see you later. And of course, I really want to eat a sausage roll now. Ta-ta for now.